Right now, we are focusing more on mental wellness than ever before, especially this time of year. That doesn't mean that we know where to start, honestly, to help ourselves, because it can be confusing.
It can be hard, too. But the nationally known therapist for the Detroit Pistons says the path to calm and happiness starts with some simple questions you just need to ask yourself.
Dr. Corey Yeager works with some of the most mentally tough guys around, the Detroit Pistons.
That is true that on the court, they are mentally tough.
But as the team therapist and connecting with players who have the same struggles just like the rest of us, Dr. Yeager started asking questions.
That was the root of the questions in the book, is the work that I was doing with my guys. The overarching question is, how am I doing? It's a big question. But if I can take bite-sized approaches to those 40 conversations, little by little, I can start to become more deeply aware.
His new book, How Am I Doing?, is a relatable guide in self-talk and has gained national attention with podcast shows and even appearances with Oprah.
It can be scary to ask ourselves these questions, and then sometimes scary to find out the answer.
Yeah, I think it's even more scary to find out the answer than even to ask the question. So how can we find ways to engage with that person in the mirror, to be more curious, to be better understanding of how we got where we are and where we're headed?
The questions range from what are your wildest dreams to do you know how to do battle, and who determines your joy, what makes you feel most alive, and what can you do in 23 seconds. Dr. Yeager got that theory using the time Pistons players had between a foul on the court and a free throw shot.
Is it possible to change your thinking in just 23 seconds?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, unquestionably. So we started thinking, wonder if you slowed your heart rate down in that 23 seconds, repeated a mantra to yourself before you step to the line. And then all of a sudden you say, hey, I feel more centered when I went in that meeting or went in that space. I felt a little better. Now what we can do is build off of that, right? So simply, yes, we can in 23 seconds.
Is the tendency in our culture to say, 40, Corey, I don't even have time for 40. How about you give us the 5 questions that we need to know?
Yeah. One thing I argue with Christy is there's no magic pill or shortened and condensed way in which we can approach knowing ourselves, right? That's going to take work. Finding the ability to dedicate time to yourself is really important, right? That we shouldn't be searching for a shorter, condensed version of understanding ourselves.
And sometimes finding that time and the means is a privilege. Dr. Yeager is acutely aware that there is still a stigma around therapy and prioritizing our mental health.
Well, hopefully the book is going to be part of the lexicon, part of the culture that normalizes mental wellness.
What are the short things that we should take away about starting to be curious about what we have inside?
I think you used the word starting. That's the critically important aspect. Don't think that you have to jump in and get it all done. Awareness of self in the context of others is really what I'm asking for.
And Dr. Yeager says, especially at this time of year, it's important to also talk to ourselves in a positive way, what he calls staying gentle and present with ourselves. And to show you what a great connection he has with his players right here in Detroit, Cade Cunningham wrote the foreword in his book. It was really a wonderful conversation. I felt like it was a bit of a therapy session for myself.
Well, I was watching like this because I love the whole 23 seconds. That's amazing that you can change. And I like that line, who determines your joy?
Yeah, the questions are really thought-provoking, and you can take them a little bit at a time, just a little bit.
Well, and I think it's timely as well, because this time of year people are overwhelmed, they're stressed out, trying to do too much, and just giving yourself grace, not having to be perfect.
Keep repeating that, keep repeating that.
Give yourself grace, yes.
Like, don't get stressed out when you forget the elf on the shelf and all that other kind of stuff, right?
It's a whole new conversation.